Hello everybody, it's Dr. Heather McCarter and I'm back to kind of elaborate a little bit more on last video, which was a big focus on glyphosate testing. Glyphosate is what's called Roundup, and it's one of the biggest seasons for Roundup purchasing and for the use of glyphosate around your yard, landscaping. Those of you starting to go golfing, golf courses are huge glyphosate. Those of you that live on golf courses get a lot of the aerosol spray, backwash or back spray that you don't even realize all the aerosols that are in the environmental, in the air molecules that you're breathing in every day that live on those golf courses, play on the golf courses. Sometimes they're really heavy in arboretums and also flower botanical gardens and such as well. However, I'm here to elaborate more on the technology of what is carbon technology by CellCore. This HMT binder is the primary binder that I do use for glyphosate and Roundup poisoning, but it's also the same binder that I use for all pesticides, herbicides, and other environmental toxins in the air, mainly from gas wells, environmental runoff, and also heavy metals such as mercury, lead, cadmium, arsenic, aluminum, all the heavy metals that aren't good for the system that accumulate and cause cellular dysfunction and disease. So this is the main player in this, and how carbon technology works is it's a whole different game changer. CellCore uses 3 types of carbon. They obtain the carbon from fulvic and humic acid beds in the earth, and once they generate and obtain that organic acid or organic soil, then they nanoshatter it. So they make it 10 to the negative 9th. And then they combine it with large, medium, and again, the nanoshattered small particles of carbon. That diversification of carbon allows it to go not only, the large would stay in the gut wall, the medium goes through the gut and goes into the bones, the muscles, and the small cells, all 50 trillion cells. And then the small particles actually can cross the blood-brain barrier and obtain the toxins that are deep into the brain matrix, causing things like cancers, Alzheimer's, dementia, and other dysfunction with the brain as far as cognition and brain fog, hormone release, receptor uptakes of neurotransmitters that make us sane, such as dopamine, GABA, acetylcholine, and serotonin. So all of this can be manipulated by manipulating the carbon in the body and how we detox out these heavy metals and pesticides. For example, the glyphosate I was talking about ends up deep into the bone matrix. It's the biggest cause, one of the biggest causes of our lymphatic cancers, leukemias, which are blood cell cancers, prostate cancers in men, and thyroid cancers, predominantly in women, but also in men. These are all very high in our area due to the high pesticides and chemical induction from our power plants as well. Most of the vegetables we eat too are on a high pesticide list. You can look that up online. That's everything from blueberries to spinach to green beans. So even when you think you're doing good and you can't afford organic, you're still needing to really wash and reduce the toxic load from these good foods that we're eating. So the HMT binder is an extremely strong binder. What CellCore does on top of giving you the large, medium, and small size carbons is I also said they nanoshatter it to 10 to the negative 9th, which makes it smaller than a human cell. But they also, one of the biggest things that it does is it provides electricity and energy to the actual carbon. So it takes the outer rings, which if carbon doesn't have electrons to give or receive, or if any molecule does not have electrons to give or receive, it doesn't have any energy. So you need energy to be able to remove toxins. So how CellCore manipulates their carbon to be different than any other carbon is, one, they make it alive by putting electrons in the outer ring and also giving it a polysaccharide, which means a sugar, many sugars to obtain and go deep into the cell. So once that carbon is nanoshattered, and you add a sugar to the outer ring, and you add energy to the outer ring, it goes into the cell. It takes in with it over 60 plus minerals, 12 amino acids to help heal the cell. Carbon is the biggest healing building block of our entire body. And once it gets into that cell, since they put electrons in the outer ring, it goes into the cell, binds the toxin, in this case, mercury or Roundup, or aluminum or lead, let's just use for an example. And then when it does bind it, it takes it through your lymph and out the stool. And we remove the toxicity. We remove the toxicity, we reverse potentially the cancers, we reverse disease. That's the goal. If not, we supply the cell of just greater energy by removing the toxicity. It gives it a better spin, which means you have what you feel, better thought processing, better energy, less disease complications, and the body's able to function at its highest potential without having to fight against the toxin levels that need to be removed in the body to feel your very best. Some of the other things that this does is it provides amino acids to the cell. It provides an antioxidant. Antioxidants, you know, maybe that key buzzword as to reduce cancer-causing agents. It also provides sulfur, helps to reduce or improve the detoxification in the liver. It provides a mineral balance because there's minerals in the earth. So it gives us the heavy metals and minerals that we do need while removing the toxic inorganic heavy metals like the ones I mentioned earlier, such as mercury, aluminum, cadmium, lead. Also, it helps to remove parasite byproducts, organic byproducts, as well as the mycotoxins from mold. Now, those are different binders completely because we do mix the binders with different constituents to help improve their capability. And this heavy metal environmental toxin binder is predominantly for that. So again, if you are exposed to Roundup, if you want to be tested or not tested, it doesn't really matter. Some people don't even want to know, but they do want to be able to feel better. You would come in, you could either start by just taking HMT Binder on its own, or you can make a schedule with me for my nutritional consultations to better serve you to the depths of what you need. And those come in 30-minute or 20, 40, and 1 hour increments. And I would highly encourage the first appointment to be 1 hour if you really want to get to the depths of your conditions. However, if you want to just obtain a glyphosate test, you can always come in and request one. And then I would get back with you with those results in an appointment. But I would love to work with you. We've helped many people reverse their disease caused by glyphosate and Roundup, and I look forward to you being next. Have a great day. We'll be here when you're ready.